These are the materials we'll be requiring. We're not going to use a sewing machine. We're just going to use our needle and thread. So we're going to cut out our fabrics, like I've already cut out mine, the plain fabric and some flowered fabric, just to make it beautiful. So let's take the measurement. Our measurement is 5.5 inches for all the various fabrics, the plain ones and the printed ones. So 5.5 inches. So 6 pieces of the flowered fabric or the print fabric and one plain piece. That's all we're going to use to make this placemat, where you can keep your mugs, you can keep your plates, your hot plates, instead of putting them directly on your furniture. First, you fold it into two, then you fold it into four. Iron it so that you can get the midpoint, because that is where you're going to be working with. And then when you have gotten the midpoint, you fold your fabric one side to the midpoint, and then that pointed edge where the two fabrics are meeting, you fold it in. You see where my finger is, you fold it into the middle, and then that's where you're going to start sewing from. You get your needle and your thread and you sew it. You sew it in such a way that it doesn't show on the other side. You just do it neatly so that it doesn't show on the front side. You see, just make sure that it's neat and it doesn't show on the front side. There's a way you can hem it neatly. You keep folding the pointed edges, just like I've done now. You fold the pointed edge to the middle. I hope you understand. You just fold the pointed end to the middle. When you're sewing it, you will see what is happening. Keep folding the pointed ends into the middle and sew, and make sure that your stitch is not showing on the front side. So we'll keep sewing it, keep folding it, keep folding it and sewing it. And you make it very neat, so that, because we're not going to place any fabric on the back of it, so that nothing shows. It's just going to be neat and beautiful on the back side after we have finished sewing it. So you keep folding it and sewing it. Fold the pointed end in on the sew. You keep sewing it. This is the last point. You fold it in and you sew. Make sure that the edges are, as you are folding it, you are neatening the edges. Make sure that they are neat, well arranged, so that you can get the shape that we're trying to achieve. And so this is it. We have finished sewing it. You see, we have gotten a hexagon, a beautiful hexagon. And so that's what we're going to do to all the remaining fabrics. We have already ironed it, gotten the midpoint. So let me just cut off my thread here, knot it and cut off the thread, so that we can start making the other ones too, just the same way we made this one. See our hexagon, keep it aside and then begin on the print fabrics. See, fold it into four, iron it so that you can get the midpoint. It is very important for you to get the midpoint, so that when you're folding in your fabrics, you're folding in the edge, you're folding it to the midpoint of the that you got after ironing. That's what we're trying to get. See, that midpoint, very important, so that you can achieve the shape, the hexagonal shape. And then you start sewing. This is what we're going to do to all of them. We'll sew it. And make sure that the stitch is not showing on the front side. So you see, you keep sewing it until you have finished sewing all of them. So this is the last one we're sewing. Okay, we've started. Sorry, my camera jumped that part where we joined it to the plain fabric. So we've started sewing it, attaching it to the plain fabric. We're just going to attach each and every one of them around the plain fabric. The 6 prints, we're going to attach them to the plain fabric. Look how we've attached the first one. I didn't know my camera didn't pick that part. So you keep attaching it just like that until you have attached all 6 of them. All the printed fabric, you've attached them to the plain fabric using a blanket stitch, a small blanket stitch that wouldn't show, very small at the hem, the very hem of the hexagons, so that it doesn't show and it's not puffed up after sewing. Just use very tiny stitch. My camera cannot get to that to show you how small the stitches are, but very small stitch, blanket stitches that wouldn't show, so that it holds it firmly together. So you just sew that on all sides, joining everything together. Almost through. I'm almost through. I've joined all of them together using the same blanket stitch, but very, maybe 0.2 inches. That's what we're using to hem. That's what we're using to sew the blanket stitch, so that it doesn't show and it's all very neat behind. You sew it and try to cover up all the openings so that there's no opening after sewing your and so it is ready. You give it a good press so it's not all puckered up. That's your placemat. You don't have to keep doing one single design for your placemats. You can do this one and it's really nice. I thought I should share it with you. You can place your bowl on it instead of placing it directly on your table when you have hot food in it, or you have hot tea. You can place your mug of hot tea on it instead of placing it directly on your furniture. So you see, very easy to make. You can make it for a gift for somebody, or you can use it in your house. So if you have learned something from this, share with others, subscribe to our channels for many more of this. See you in our next video. Thank you.